Bulls fans, brace yourselves. We're diving into a trade rumor that could change everything. Imagine Brandon Ingram in Chicago Red. But at what cost? DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, and 2 first-round picks on the chopping block? This isn't just a trade, it's a gamble on the future of the franchise. Will it vault the Bulls into contention or set them back years? Stay tuned as we break down every angle of this wild trade idea that's got the NBA world buzzing. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. Today, we're diving into a trade rumor that's setting the internet on fire. That's right, we're talking about a potential blockbuster deal that could bring Brandon Ingram to the Windy City. Buckle up, because this one's a doozy. Before we jump in, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get this video to 10,000 likes. Now, let's break down this wild trade idea and see what it could mean for our Chicago Bulls. Alright, let's start with the meat and potatoes of this rumor. Here's the proposed trade. Chicago Bulls receive Brandon Ingram. New Orleans Pelicans receive DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, 2024 1st round pick, top 3 protected, 2026 1st round pick, lottery protected. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this for real? Well, let me tell you, stranger things have happened in the NBA. But before we get too excited or start panicking, let's break this down piece by piece. Who is Brandon Ingram? For those of you who might not be familiar with Brandon Ingram, let's take a quick look at his profile. Brandon Ingram is a 6'8" forward currently playing for the New Orleans Pelicans. He was the 2nd overall pick in the 2016 NBA draft and has steadily improved his game year after year. Here are some quick stats from his 2023-2024 season. Points per game, 24.5. Rebounds per game, 5.8. Assists per game, 5.5. Field goal percentage, 47.2%. 3-point percentage, 38.1%. At just 26 years old, Ingram is entering his prime and has already made an all-star appearance. He's a smooth scorer with a versatile offensive game, able to create his own shot and facilitate for others. His length and improving defensive skills make him a two-way threat with even more room to grow. Why would the Bulls want Ingram? Now, you might be asking yourself, why would the Bulls want to shake things up and go after Ingram? Well, let me break it down for you. Youth and potential. At 26, Ingram fits the timeline of the Bulls' young core, including Zach LaVine and Kobe White. He's still improving and could be a cornerstone for years to come. Scoring punch. Ingram's ability to create his own shot and score from all 3 levels would take pressure off LaVine and provide the Bulls with another go-to option in crunch time. Playmaking. With his size and vision, Ingram can serve as a secondary playmaker, allowing the Bulls to run a more dynamic offense. Defensive upside. His length and improving defensive skills could help shore up the Bulls' perimeter defense. Star power. Let's face it, the Bulls need another star to compete in the loaded Eastern Conference. Ingram has that potential. The cost of acquiring Ingram. Now, let's talk about what the Bulls would have to give up in this proposed deal. It's not cheap, folks. DeMar DeRozan. Losing DeMar would be a tough pill to swallow. He's been the heart and soul of this Bulls team since arriving in 2021. His leadership, clutch scoring, and improved playmaking have been crucial for Chicago. But at 34 years old, DeRozan's timeline doesn't quite match up with the Bulls' young core. Patrick Williams, Pat Williams. The eternal potential guy. We've been waiting for him to take that next step, and while he's shown flashes, consistency has been an issue. Giving up on a 22-year-old former 4th overall pick is risky, but sometimes you have to give up potential for proven production. Draft picks. 2 first-round picks is a steep price, but that's the cost of doing business in today's NBA. The protections on these picks, top 3 and lottery, do provide some safety net for the Bulls. How would Ingram fit with the Bulls? Alright, Bulls fans, let's imagine a world where this trade goes through. How would Brandon Ingram fit into our lineup? Let's break it down. Starting 5. PG, Kobe White. SG, Zach LaVine. SF, Brandon Ingram. C. Nikola Vucevic. This lineup would give the Bulls 3 dynamic scorers and playmakers in White, LaVine, and Ingram. The spacing and offensive potential here are mouth-watering. Imagine the pick and roll possibilities with Vucevic or the drive and kick opportunities with 3 guys who can all handle the ball. Defensively, there are some questions. Losing Patrick Williams would hurt the Bulls' versatility on that end. However, Ingram's length could help mitigate some of those concerns, especially if he continues to improve on that end of the floor. The biggest question mark would be at the power forward spot. The Bulls would need to either make another move or hope that one of their younger players like Dallin Terry or Julian Phillips could step up. Why would the Pelicans consider this? Now, you might be wondering why the Pelicans would even consider this trade. Let's look at it from their perspective. Win-now mentality. DeRozan brings veteran leadership and proven clutch performance to a young Pelicans team looking to make noise in the playoffs. Defensive upgrade. Patrick Williams, despite his offensive inconsistencies, is already a solid defender. He could potentially thrive alongside Zion Williamson. Draft capital. 2 first-round picks are always valuable, whether for making selections or as assets in future trades. Financial flexibility. DeRozan's contract expires sooner than Ingram's, giving the Pelicans more flexibility in the near future. Fresh start. Sometimes, a change of scenery can unlock new potential in players. The Pelicans might see untapped upside in Williams. It's worth noting that this wouldn't be the first time the Bulls have made a splash for a young star forward. Back in 2017, they traded Jimmy Butler to the Timberwolves for Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and the rights to Lauri Markkanen. While that trade had mixed results initially, LaVine has since developed into an all-star and the face of the franchise. Could Brandon Ingram have a similar trajectory in Chicago? Only time would tell, but the potential is certainly there. Whether this trade happens or not, it's clear that the Bulls are at a crossroads. The current core has shown flashes, but hasn't been able to break through in the playoffs. Something needs to change if Chicago wants to compete for championships. If this trade doesn't materialize, keep an eye out for other potential moves. The Bulls have assets and will likely be active in trade discussions as we approach the deadline. Alright, Bulls fans, that's my breakdown of this wild Brandon Ingram trade rumor. Is it likely to happen? Probably not. But in today's NBA, you can never say never. What do you think? Would you pull the trigger on this deal? Or would you rather see the Bulls explore other options? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the breakdown and subscribe to the channel for more Bulls content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, Bulls Nation, stay wild.